Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is your Geek Out for Monday, July 23rd, 2012. I just read someone complain on Twitter that all I did was produce the same information every day. That's not true! There's something different to talk about every day. I mean, do you think that all I do is talk about the same thing every day? Oh, Apple did this, Microsoft did something else, and what about Google? So, wait, do you want me to report the same thing, or tell you today's news and information? I'm confused. Just spinning T-Mobile's new Samsung Galaxy S3. You could do the same thing, only when you spin to win, you may actually win T-Mobile's new Samsung Galaxy S3 for yourself, and then you can join the fun. And trust me, it's much more fun to win one than it is to actually spin one. I mean, spinning one is cool, but that's not really what you would want to use the device for. 10 examples of Best Buy's Geek Squad violating customer trust. When was the last time you went to the Geek Squad at Best Buy? I worked at Best Buy a long time ago, long before they had Geek Squad. But had they had Geek Squad back then, I probably would have wanted to work within Geek Squad. I ended up working the floor and helped people buy the computer that they wanted most, even though most people didn't know what they wanted. Well, Geek Squad is done good by some people and not so good by other people. An entire team's plot to steal porn from Jasmine Gray's computer just days before she died in a car accident. Geek Squad member accused of stealing private images from iPhone offers to return them if customer goes to his home. Consumerist sting revealed Geek Squad member stealing porn on video. What are the chances of that happening? I mean, you got a young, horny guy who understands computers, who is handed a computer that has stuff on it that he's never seen before, or probably had seen before and would never ever hope to seeing in person at some point in the future. There are even more stories of horror on this particular blog post. I don't know. Maybe you've used Geek Squad before. Maybe you know of someone who's used Geek Squad before. Beware. And to Best Buy's credit, anybody could do the things that Geek Squad has been accused of and has sometimes been found guilty of doing. It's just that Geek Squad belongs to Best Buy, so they're a known quantity. Why you should reconsider Windows 8. Now, that's an interesting headline. I didn't even realize most people had made up their mind about Windows 8. It's not even out yet. Won't be out for a few more months. I would get Windows 8, certainly, especially if my computer had some kind of touchscreen capabilities. I don't know if I'd be as excited to upgrade to Windows 8 or to buy a Windows 8 machine if I did not have a touchscreen. If only because they've optimized Windows for touch, except they didn't go as far as to optimize the classic experience of Windows for touch. That's still only useful with a mouse and a keyboard and traditional input methods, and I don't know. Have you even considered enough to reconsider getting Windows 8? I do wish Microsoft would have reconsidered what they were doing with Windows. I mean, optimize it for touch, or don't. How much does a soul weigh? I guess souls have a weight. Now, here's a question for you, a philosophical question, if you will. We're going to just take a side trip here. And mind you, I do normally talk about technology and geekier things in life. But do you believe that humans are the only creatures with souls? I don't know if I do. You know, I have raised Wicket and Pixie, my dogs, since they were pups. And I think some people would say, no, dogs can't have souls. Well, who says they can't? I think Wicket and Pixie have souls. I mean, I've definitely got a bond with them. It's a strong bond. Why wouldn't they have souls? Why couldn't they have souls? Because they don't have the same beliefs as I do? That's awfully egotistical for anybody to say. Why couldn't they have souls? Why couldn't every living creature have a soul? What's to say we do and others don't? Print is dead. Long live the web. And I know you're saying, Chris, didn't you just upload a little review of your printer in your home office this weekend on Facebook and Google+? I did. And I actually really enjoy that printer too, because it has AirPrint capabilities and Google Cloud Print capabilities built in to it's a printer, sorry. Spaced on what it was that I was talking about before I started that sentence. bottom line is, I don't need a printer as much as I used to, if only because I have one of these, a pocket computer, where I can have an email or a document pulled up right here and say, oh, that's my reminder, that's what I was looking for, when the actual computer is turned on. Do you still print? Hello, 1985. Is there a future for the iPod Touch? I had an iPod Touch. I sold it. Didn't really use it all that much. I got it just, to try it, to see what all the hubbub was about. And I would use my other iOS devices as I would have used the iPod Touch. It wasn't a waste of money. I just wasn't the market for the iPod, really, ever. Well, I didn't mean to offend. I'm not saying that you wouldn't. Dogs are just so sensitive when it comes to the device choices. You can choose what you want to choose. Well, for a couple $100, what would you rather buy? A tablet computer with a larger screen or a pocket computer with the smaller screen? That's really what consumers are having to decide these days. How are you going to manage your media? How, where, why, when, who? Apple can do anything, right? I mean, they've got enough money to do anything. I've always used my iPhone as the iPod, a media management system, and I've had many of my needs taken care of by the iPad. Of course, I'm also now using a Google Nexus tablet, and am very happy with that, especially in front of the television. Of course, I'm just as happy with this in front of the television and this in front of the television. No single device is perfect for every possible need. So the iPod Touch is still valuable for the people who love it and use it. Oh, great. Another rumor. Apple's going to be eliminating their classic dock connector, and they're going to be going with a smaller one. Allegedly. This is news, apparently. Well, it's big news, really, for accessory makers, because they'll be able to sell more. And if Apple does this, they will likely go down the same path as they have, at least with recent hardware revisions. For example, the power connector that you would use on a MacBook was modified, specifically with the new generation of MacBooks just recently, and Apple released an adapter. It was relatively affordable. I have one here. Hang on. Sorry, this thing was so small, it escaped my attention. And it works well, and I had imagined that Apple would do the same thing, if the rumors are true. But you know me, I hate listening to rumors, because then you build up the hype, and keep that in mind. I still hate rumors, but people are still talking about it. I can't stop people from talking about it. Can I? No, seriously, can I? Because I will. I'll do it. Amazon allegedly prepping, great, another rumor, 5 or 6 new tablets. Why not 7? Hell, 8. Oh, just make it an even 10. Why not? Amazon's done very well with the Kindle Fire product. I mean, at least their current Kindle Fire product. They're allegedly working on a smartphone and potentially even a bigger screen Kindle, and it makes sense. They've got Amazon Prime. I pay happily. I can say happily, right? Happily pay, and I'm asking Diana. She's sitting on, say something, hun, so they know I'm not crazy.
Hello.
See, I'm not crazy. Well, actually, I am crazy, but I was still talking to her. Amazon has me happily paying them $80 a year to get Prime. So with Prime, I get some shows that I could watch. I get access to a cloud service. I also have the ability to get free shipping, 2-day shipping, when a product is Prime eligible on Amazon.com. And I'm sure they're going to be releasing more and more values. That's Amazon's whole experience, right? They want you to buy more from Amazon. So it makes sense they're going to be giving you more experiences that you can have in your hand to pull you further and further into Amazon's ecosystem. I think they can do it. And you know what? They'll be successful. Why? Because they're Amazon. The whole galaxy shops. I shop at Amazon. That's the first place I check when I buy anything is Amazon. I know sometimes something may be more expensive at Amazon.com. I don't care. It's still Amazon. I trust them. I've been with them since the very beginning. My day, we didn't even have a web browser, and we still browsed the waste. It was supposed to be funny. Everyone's a critic. Here's a question asked by the New York Times. A question for a CEO. What is Yahoo? I do have a Yahoo account. I've had one for a long time. I signed into the Yahoo Instant Messenger, although I don't know anybody who still uses Yahoo Instant Messenger. We used it all the time back when I worked for another company. Do you still use Yahoo?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one person.
And Yahoo Messenger.
Oh. You're on Messenger? You've never added me as a buddy. What's up with that? No? No, we didn't. We don't even talk on Facebook chat.
I know. I always keep mine off.
Amazon's the villain, not Apple, booksellers say. Whoa. Wow. Apple wasn't the bad guy? That kind of is news. Usually they're like the whipping boy. The tallest nail always gets pounded. It used to be the same way with Microsoft. Microsoft could do no right. They were always wrong. And some would say, oh, they're always still wrong. But Apple, in the case of selling ebooks, apparently isn't the bad guy. Amazon is. But you know what? I think as long as consumers get the best deal, we're all winners. The Benzo69 asks, hi Chris, I'm debating between the new MacBook Pro Retina and the standard MacBook Pro. The biggest issue I'm having is no FireWire port and no disk drive, but I can buy a super drive for it. I own a Mac, and this is gonna be my first mobile OS. I don't know which is the way to go. I don't know either. Kind of depends on your budget and your wants. I've been happy with my Retina MacBook Pro. Other than its rather lackluster video performance. I mean, it's a speed demon, but the UI, even with Mountain Lion, like the Golden Master, is not as responsive as it might be on a system that wasn't powering a Retina display. Other than that, if you're worried about not having a FireWire port or not having a hard drive, unless you mean by disk drive an optical drive, then you should probably go with a standard MacBook Pro or a non-Retina. 88 Johnny MC asks, hi Chris, I'm currently deciding on whether to buy an iMac. I keep reading things saying hold off till October. What would you do? Purchase now or wait until mid-October? I'd wait. It's been a while since the iMac has been revised. And by the way, for anybody saying, you only answer questions about Macs, it's not true. You guys have a chance to ask your question, whatever the question has to be on, in the comments. You asked the question. I'm just answering your question. That's all. That's it. That's the question that was being asked of me. So all I was doing was answering the question. If he was going to ask about a PC, I would have answered in relation to a PC. It has nothing to do with anything else. Ask the question. Ask a question. Ask it! Blackfeet86 says, Chris, stop smoking that BS tobacco and put some weed in that cigar and light that S up. Don't encourage them. That wasn't a question, by the way. MHal1986 says, Chris, I like the outtakes better than anything. Funny. Thanks. Were they saying all I need to do is just shoot outtakes one after the other and upload that? Who cares about this tech crap? Touchy for those buttholes this time. I like it. Get 'em, Chris. Huh? My eyes keep drifting to the screensaver. It's not as colorful as Patrick, though. She doesn't get that joke. Got a cheap Android tablet for under £100, but because I live in the UK, it came with an American plug converter, which nearly killed me. Also, the touchscreen sucked, as did the performance. Duh! I bought something cheap, and it sucked! Biggest Plane fan said, alright, you caught me. When you said be ambivalent, I was just about to open another tab. Ha ha ha! That was hilarious. I thought I'd throw a new word at him. That was my curve. All About Beat says, I spun and won an Android figure. Not what I wanted, but free stuff. Can't complain. Exactly! And you know how much this video cost you? Should I charge him? Free! Someone else on YouTube asked, Chris, why do you yell in these videos? Well, I don't mean to. I just get excited. And that's kind of what happens when I get excited. I yell. Scream. I'm not mad. Sometimes. Thanks, Wicket. Will you later. Adapter? Adapter? What the hell did I just had it right there.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Pirillo,
Shut
and
the
this is
fuck
your
up.
Geek Out for Friday.
The hell was that?